We are receiving many questions on the situation of Rodri, Real Madrid for this summer. Guys, for this summer, there is nothing happening for Rodri. Rodri is staying at Manchester City. Rodri is recovering from an important injury, and is not the right moment to think about transfers or this kind of things. So there is zero happening, zero happened, zero gonna happen this summer for Rodri. So the situation is completely quiet. Then in the next months, for Rodri, it's going to be time also to decide on this new contract, because Manchester City already started discussing a new contract with Rodri some time ago, and so this new contract topic is going to enter important stages. Real Madrid, of course, appreciate Rodri. Who doesn't appreciate a Ballon d'Or, a fantastic player like him? But at the moment, for Real Madrid, this summer is not something that can happen or is being negotiated. Then, for the future, we will see what happens in these conversations between Rodri and Manchester City over new contract. If he decides to sign a new deal, if he decides to change and try something new. But at the moment, Rodri is fully focused on Manchester City. It's important to say that. Fully focused on being in best conditions possible for the new season. As we're talking about Real Madrid, guys, I wanted to mention something also on Rodrygo, because he's still one of the names you ask me more on all my platforms, also here on YouTube. But guys, what I'm hearing on Rodrygo is still the same I told you last week. At the moment, I know there are many reports, many stories, but trust me, there is still nothing advanced for Rodrygo. Still nothing really close to being completed. Now Rodrygo is returning from his holiday. After his agents had some conversation with Real Madrid about his future. The conversations have started. But it depends on Rodrygo. Is the player himself, together with his family, together with his father, together with his agent, who has to decide whether they want to stay at Real Madrid or go and be a star elsewhere. So that's the decision for Rodrygo. As I told you already, and I can confirm this, it's not an easy decision for Rodrygo. Rodrygo loves Real Madrid, Rodrygo loves the club, Rodrygo is convinced that he can still be an important player for Real Madrid. You know, the feeling for Rodrygo is not like, okay, I can't be a Real Madrid player anymore, I want to go. This is not the feeling. Rodrygo really feels that he can be important for this squad, for this Real Madrid team. At the same time, it's important to say that at the Club World Cup, he was basically constantly on the bench. So Rodrygo needs to decide, and it's not an easy decision when you love the club, when you love Real Madrid, when you love the fans. Rodrygo has a fantastic relationship with all Real Madrid fans, so it's on Rodrygo to decide now. I can guarantee that all the clubs being linked at the moment are not close, are not in advanced negotiations with Rodrygo or with Real Madrid. There were rumors about Tottenham. Tottenham are not in the conversation for Rodrygo, guys. Tottenham and Rodrygo is not something realistic to happen this summer, so forget about that. In case Rodrygo will decide to go, we will see all the options available. There are several possibilities, but at the moment, nothing really advanced or concrete yet, as it's gonna be on Rodrygo, and obviously he wants to take his time to make a big decision like the one of staying or leaving from Real Madrid. Then, guys, I wanted to touch on the big story.
Fabrizio Romano has poured cold water on the growing excitement around
Rodrygo'S potential move to Arsenal, revealing that despite the Gunners' strong interest,
there are no advanced talks at this stage.
While Mikel Arteta's side admire the Brazilian star's talent and see him as a potential game changer, negotiations remain far from the finish line. Fans may dream of the Real Madrid forward lighting up the Emirates,
but for now, it's a case of patience and cautious optimism.
Romano's update reminds us that the transfer market is a battlefield of timing,
strategy, and opportunity, and Arsenal's pursuit of Rodrygo is no different.
The door is not closed, but it's also not swinging wide open just yet.
For supporters, it's a waiting game filled with speculation, hope, and the tantalizing thought of what could be if the Brazilian magician does eventually don the famous red and white.